Hey everybody, so today I want to talk to you about making lists. I'm kind of I don't want to say procrastinator, because I've gotten much better in my older years with not waiting to the last minute to do things. More so I'm talking about with creating lists is the fact that when you live on a homestead, or you live even if you live in a suburban area and you have a garden and everything like that, and you're trying to homestead even in that capacity, but when you're out here off grid living on a homestead, there's a lot that needs to be done, and we're working on, building up our property, building up shelters, this, that, and the other thing, prepping for winter, everything else. But when it comes to being on a homestead, you really, really, really have to make lists. So we have, my husband and I just the other night actually sat down and made this list because there's a lot of different things that we need to get done. And there's a lot of different things we need to get done, but not necessarily in the same timeline. So there's things on here that we need to do before the end of October. There's things we need to do on here by like mid-November. And basically it's one of those things that we have the list, and we also have it organized by level of importance. So my husband and I basically just wrote down everything that needs to get done. And then what we did after that point is I numbered them like 1 through 4. Basically, what are the most important things we need to get done? What are the least important things we need to get done? And even outside of that, we have our timeline. Like I said, there's certain things we have to get done before the 24th of October. So there's certain things we have to get done before then. And that list is actually the biggest list. And my husband's already out there right now working on it. A lot of it has to do with like fencing and things like that. Getting the IBCs set up and everything else. So a lot of the stuff that has to get done very quickly is smaller tasks, but there are a lot of smaller tasks that take time. And so that's what you have to be mindful of too. So, and then we have, things that go past that point of, okay, we need to make sure by the time like the weather starts getting pretty cool that we have like a dog house set up for our dogs and things like that. Because we live in a camper, our 5 dogs actually will not even fit in our camper. So we're working on setting up something for them for the winter. But it's just one of those things where when you're living on a homestead, it is a good idea to keep lists. And I'm not going to go into every single thing that's on our list. 1, there's no need to. 2, you're probably going to have a video on it here in the next few weeks. But it is important to have lists. It is important to keep track of the things that you need to do, because living on a homestead, like I said, there's a lot of little things that can add up to taking a lot of time. And if you're at the point like right now where we're getting ready to go into winter, if we don't really be mindful of what we're doing or how we're doing it or anything like that, and the amount of time we're taking to do it, then we may get caught where it gets really cold all of a sudden and we don't have a shelter for our dogs. Like, that would be horrible. We would literally just stuff them in the camper then. But still, it's one of those things where we need to make sure that we're taking care of things so we don't get stuck in certain situations. And it's the same thing like in the spring too. In the springtime here, it gets very, 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 very wet. So there's certain things that we need to get in place before springtime rolls around. And that's obviously a different list and it's much further out and everything else. But you need to be mindful, especially of the seasons, when you're on a homestead, and you need to be mindful of what you need to work with and what you need to do. So just something to think about, guys. Make sure you're writing lists. Lists are very important. They help keep you on track. And if you're like me, a former procrastinator, they help make sure that you don't get back into those procrastinating trends. So just something to think about. Make your list, whatever is important to y'all, whatever is important for you to get done now, have that on your list, and then just keep working from there. Also, it's a really nice like dopamine hit when you get to cross those things off. It makes me very happy. I love being able to cross things off lists. So something to think about, guys. Hope y'all have a great day. Bye.